You think modern junk food is bad for you? Imagine eating so much meat, sugar, and wine that your own body literally started rotting alive. That was Henry VIII, the king who devoured 5,000 calories a day in an age when most peasants survived on scraps. His royal diet wasn't just gluttony. It was a weapon of power, a symbol of fear, and ultimately the slow-motion disaster that destroyed both his body and his kingdom. Today we are going inside the kitchens of Tudor England to uncover how one man's obsession with food became one of the most grotesque spectacles in royal history. A normal day at Henry's table was unlike anything you can imagine. Picture this: entire roasted pigs, multiple whole chickens, swans, venison, mountains of bread, rivers of wine. And this wasn't a holiday banquet. This was a Tuesday. His household kitchens prepared over 800 dishes every single day just to feed his court. 200 servants worked around the clock to keep up with the appetite of a man who believed eating like a god proved he was chosen by God. But here's the problem. Henry wasn't burning these calories on the battlefield or in jests anymore. By his 40s he could barely walk. Every bite he swallowed was a nail in the coffin he would one day burst open. Let's put this into perspective. Henry consumed roughly 5,000 calories every day. More than double what even a physically active man should eat. And remember, by his later years Henry was anything but active. He was carried from room to room like a bloated statue. His waistline ballooned to 54 inches, bigger than most people are tall. His weight reached around 400 pounds. Imagine trying to rule an empire while slowly eating yourself to death. But it wasn't just the quantity that destroyed him. It was the type of food he devoured. Henry believed food had mystical powers. Swans for grace. Venison to make him a better hunter. Oysters for his performance in the bedroom. So he gorged himself on these so-called magical foods in medieval-sized portions. And sugar? He was addicted. Tudor records show he consumed staggering amounts of candied fruits, spiced cakes, and sweet wines. In an age when sugar was a rare luxury, Henry ate it daily. He wasn't just spoiling himself. He was rotting himself from the inside out. His teeth were described as black and foul-smelling. His breath so putrid that courtiers dreaded standing near him. But Henry's meals weren't private indulgences. They were theater. Hundreds of courtiers would stand and watch as the king slowly worked his way through courses that could have fed a village. Every dish had to be tasted first by servants to check for poison. But Henry was so paranoid he forced them to wait 30 full minutes after sampling before he dared touch the food himself. Eating, for Henry, wasn't just nourishment. It was politics. It was performance. It was survival. And while he devoured his feasts, his body began to betray him. His legs erupted in ulcers that never healed, oozing pus and stinking of rot. The rich diet likely triggered what modern doctors believe was type 2 diabetes and Cushing's syndrome. His digestion grew so weak that attendants had to carry special chairs wherever he went because he could not control his bowels. Imagine being the ruler of England, supreme in power, yet unable to walk across your palace without risking an accident. His diet destroyed him piece by piece. But the horror did not stop with his life. Even in death, the consequences of his gluttony followed him. His bloated corpse swelled with gases until his coffin literally exploded during his funeral procession. The king who dined like a god ended up as food for dogs. Henry VIII thought endless feasting proved his strength. In reality, it revealed his weakness. A man enslaved by his own appetite. His diet didn't just destroy his body. It shaped his paranoia, his cruelty, even the downfall of his dynasty. So the next time you complain about eating too much at a holiday dinner, remember this. At least your meal didn't end with your coffin exploding. And if this story about Henry's monstrous appetite disturbed you, there are far darker secrets history still hides. So stay curious, because the past is full of nightmares that make today's problems look like nothing at all.